Hi, and welcome to Destinations. I'm your host, Brittany Pierce, here to provide all kinds of inspiration for your next trip. We're coming to you today from sunny San Diego in beautiful Balboa Park. In today's show, we'll explore an incredible place to play near Tucson. We'll discover the best way to explore all of Balboa Park's museums. We'll give you a taste of a local Las Vegas craft brew, and we'll hear tips from a pro about the perks of using a travel agent. But first, if you love books and history, then the local Athenaeum might be your next perfect destination. Many cities around the country have these institutions, which are often part library, part museum, and all about curiosity and learning, including Rhode Island's spectacular Providence Athenaeum.
It's a magical space. It has so much history to it, but it's also very vibrant and alive, and there's a coziness to it as well.
I think it's just a very charming, romantic, alluring, attractive place. It's a library that everybody always wanted to have in their house. The building itself was built between 1836 and 1838. It was designed by William Strickland, who was a noted architect.
We're designed as a Greek temple in honor of our patron saint, really, Athena, the goddess of wisdom, which is where the name Athenaeum comes from. It is a long, narrow hall with granite steps up the front. We've been open to the public since 1838 and continue to be. Anybody can come in and enjoy the space. When we opened our doors, we had about 4,000 books, and today we're about at 180,000. So everywhere you look, every single nook and cranny is filled with books. We've just continued to add more and more space for the books and objects that we've collected over the years.
We have a number of important cultural artifacts. We have a first edition of Leaves of Grass that's hand-inscribed by Walt Whitman himself.
A lot of the books over time have become special and rare. For instance, Moby Dick, when it first came out in 1851, wasn't a big hit. And of course, it's one of the American classics today, and we have a first edition from 1851.
We have a card catalog, and it is still in use. Most of our stuff is in the digital catalog now, but every now and then we come across a book that has not been added to the digital catalog.
The card catalog was instituted around 1880 and took some 50 years to put all of the cards in place. You know, we have modernized. We are on the computer system now, but we still use our card catalog, and it's a great source of information that we still rely on today.
We have a strange connection to weird fiction and horror fiction.
As we know, Sarah Helen Whitman and Edgar Allan Poe were romantically connected for a very, very brief time in Providence in 1848. This is a year before Poe died mysteriously on the streets of Baltimore.
It was a doomed romance. She said, "I love you, Edgar, you gotta quit drinking," and he said, "No problem." It was kind of a problem.
They would meet here in the alcoves of the Athenaeum, and during one of the visits here, Sarah Helen Whitman took a book off the shelf, and in it was a poem that was published anonymously.
And Sarah Helen Whitman said, "I love this poem," and Poe said, "That's great, I wrote it."
And he signed his name in the book, and we still have it today. The Athenaeum is a really vibrant place. It's gone through civil wars, depressions, all kinds of things, and it's still here.
We're continuing to see our membership grow, continuing to engage with the public through our collections, through our exhibits. We want to continue that engagement with the public because I think that's been part of our mission for nearly 2 centuries.
It's really culturally and intellectually stimulating, and I think a very important part of Providence.
Sounds like a perfect place to spend a chilly winter afternoon. But if you're after some sunshine this February, then San Diego is where you want to be. And no trip to San Diego is complete without a visit to iconic Balboa Park. The park is home to 17 museums, which can make it hard to choose just one. But if you pick up an Explorer Pass, you'll get access to all the park's museums for a great price and just one ticket.
Balboa Park is a very unique place. It's the largest urban cultural park in the United States. It's a National Historic Landmark. There are a ton of outdoor recreation opportunities, but also more than a dozen museums, cultural institutions, performing arts venues, and so there's a real vibrancy and diversity to the location. So the Explorer Pass was a collaborative program created by several of the organizations in the park. It was a way that was convenient for visitors to visit multiple venues with one ticket.
The very first thing you see when you come inside the San Diego Air and Space Museum is a replica of Charles Lindbergh's Spirit of St. Louis. The second most iconic thing you'll see is the actual Apollo 9 command module. It flew in space just a few months before Apollo 11 landed on the moon in July of 1969.
And we find that people who buy the Explorer Pass will end up visiting multiple institutions, and that's really unique in this one venue here. The revenue from the pass sales go back to the individual museums you might visit.
The Explorer Pass is so important to us because it allows San Diego families to buy the pass and come in and visit us year-round.
There's always so much to see here at Balboa Park, so getting this pass is super awesome because it's a great deal and you get to visit all the museums, see a new exhibit that comes out. There's always something new in the park.
Well, here at the Fleet Science Center, we are the science center in San Diego, and we are a completely hands-on space. So whether you're 5, 55, 105, there's some incredible science for you to come in, get involved with, get your hands on, and have a great time with. Balboa Park is an absolutely amazing place. There's no place else like it in the world where you can have all of these incredible cultural organizations literally within walking distance.
The San Diego Model Railroad Museum has indoor and outdoor exhibits as well as educational programming. Our mission is to research, collect, preserve, and present the heritage of American railroading with scale models of California railroads. At every twist, turn, and tunnel, we spark curiosity by developing educational programs that include educational milestones like critical thinking, creativity, and problem solving. Visitors can explore our Centennial Garden, a G-scale garden railroad modeled after Balboa Park, how it existed in 1915. The exhibit is solar powered and the plants are all drought resistant. The Explorer Pass has exposed us to visitors of Balboa Park that may have not known that we are here since we are located in the lower level.
The Explorer Pass is a great deal for visitors from across California or even across the world. It gives you access to all of the museums in Balboa Park, so it's a really good value.
Balboa Park is one of America's greatest urban cultural parks and a place where everyone can find something to love. When we return, we'll take you to a luxurious resort near Tucson, Arizona. Stay there. Welcome back to Destinations. If you're getting tired of the cold, it might be time to escape to the southwest and head to an oasis nestled high in the Sonoran Desert. Casino del Sol is only 15 minutes from downtown Tucson, but it feels like a secluded paradise.
Our current existing hotel was built in 2011. It's a full-service resort hotel with a beautiful world-class swimming pool in the back. Oasis bar out by the pool is open all summer long. It's a great place to relax with your friends. The highest quality casino resort in the entire state of Arizona. We are just about ready to launch our newest product, which is Estrella Hotel. It's 151 rooms. We have about 6 suites. We have a 14-foot tall water slide in the back for the kids to enjoy. Those of you that are out there that have tried to book at Casino del Sol know it's very rare that we ever have any available rooms. Having those extra 151 rooms online will allow us to completely support the local community as well as those traveling in from destination markets outside of the state of Arizona. Everybody knows us for Ava Amphitheater. We don't think of ourselves as your traditional casino environment where we have just your traditional casino type entertainment. We bring world-class acts. We just finished an unbelievable show with Wu-Tang. We're pretty proud of ourselves. Wu-Tang's only Arizona play ever in the history of the band has actually been in Ava Amphitheater. The best feature of Ava is you get to see that world-class entertainment like Rihanna or Kenny Chesney, and you get to see it in an environment that's very intimate. For those of you that still want entertainment during the rest of the year, don't worry. We actually have 2 in-casino lounges called Tropico Lounge as well as Paradiso Lounge. Entertainment running every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Casino del Sol has pretty much a game for everybody, from your traditional video slots, your real slots, all the way to your table games with blackjack and poker variant games. We always have the newest and best games available to all of our players. You actually forget that you're in Arizona as you're walking down a Tuscan villa street, as you're going through our casino, capped off with a beautiful blue sky with some painted clouds, and it really makes you feel like you're in a whole different world. We have lots of different restaurants. We have Ume, which is an Asian fusion. We have Abuelita's Taqueria, a wonderful international buffet called Festa, where you can get different theme nights throughout the week. We have PY Steakhouse, which is always locally inspired. We have Streetscape Deli and Pizza, where you can get a nice quick sandwich, slice of New York style pizza. We have Sweetscape Desserts. We have Moby's Diner, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Great place to eat. We're also home to Sewilo Golf Course, a beautiful 18-hole test of golf with lush green fairways, all the different desert flower colors that you see out in southern Arizona. It really is a great place to come out and enjoy a nice afternoon out there on the links. We've actually opened our newest addition to Casino del Sol, which is our RV park. Currently have 73 available spots at our RV park. They fill up fast, so if you're interested in coming out, make sure that you book those online at casinodelsol.com. We really can't wait to have you at Casino del Sol. It really is a beautiful place, and we can't wait to see you here and let you experience everything that we have to offer for yourself.
Casino del Sol looks like an ideal place to relax and rejuvenate. When we return, we'll take you to one of our favorite neighborhood brew pubs in Las Vegas. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Las Vegas is typically known for its glamorous casinos, high rollers, and world-class shows. And while any vacation in Las Vegas is a good one, sometimes you just want to slide into a corner booth and grab a beer.
We're here at Big Dog's Brewing Company. We've been part of Las Vegas since 1993.
Las Vegas Boulevard in Sahara was the holy cow. And as a kid, you're not thinking beer, but you're thinking that big cow that was outside. They got their start in 1993, the original brewery in the city.
Our founding owner, Tom Wiesner, he grew up in Wisconsin and noticed how brew pubs and breweries were there and how tied they were to the community. So back in the early 90s, coming here to Vegas, he wanted something like that. And then from 2002, he then made the final decision to say, like, hey, let's move the brewing operations to its current location here.
At the time, also the founder of Big Dogs, Tom Wiesner, had passed away. And so his son, Kurt, had continued the company and then switched the name from Holy Cow to Big Dogs because his dad was known as the Big Dog.
I mean, you got to think, the Draft House has been here for 30 years, and we've been in the brewing industry for over 25 years. So the type of patrons that come here are like several generations.
You talk to people that came here, for breakfast and lunch as kids and remember, watching Packer games here.
It's really cool to see that there's a lot of community ties to the Draft House and to Big Dog's Brewing Company in whole.
They love great beer, and we're always just trying to brew with our patrons in mind.
We've consistently won awards at some of the biggest national and world competitions.
Not only at the Great American Beer Festival, which really for American brewers is the most important awards that you can win.
We've won World Beer Cup golds, so saying basically the best beer brewed in the world for 2 years. So it's the Olympics of beer.
And then in 2016 and 2017, we won a bronze for the Belgian style triple and then a gold for the Belgian style triple. So to win an award for the same beer 2 consecutive years was phenomenal.
Red Hydrant is probably our most award-winning beer, easily. I mean, we've won several medals for that beer.
So when you walk into Big Dogs, you can get great food 24 hours a day, and you can get fresh beer. If you come in, people are going to remember you and know your name. And we have great comfort food and great beer here.
We're always constantly searching for what's available to us and what's the best ingredient available to us. So from hops to barley to, I mean, you name it. Even certain brewing equipment that can help us, produce better beer. We're always looking at stuff like that.
So Big Dogs, we're really fortunate that the community supports us so much, and our growth is really based on the Las Vegas locals demanding our beer and drinking more of our beer, and we just continue to grow, and we hope that they continue to support us.
Big Dog's Brewery has been serving up delicious craft beer in Vegas since 1993, which has been enjoyed by locals and visitors alike. If your Vegas vacation includes little ones, then the world-class Discovery Children's Museum needs to be on your short list.
Discovery Children's Museum is a nonprofit organization. We've been here in the community for 29 years, and we're very proud to be a hub of this community. Discovery Children's Museum is one of the largest children's museums in the country. We have 26,000 square feet of hands-on exhibits and play activities for children. All of our exhibits incorporate STEAM learning into their exhibits so that kids are learning as they're playing. So on the first floor, we start in Toddler Town, our area for little learners aged birth through 5. Adjacent to Toddler Town is our Fantasy Festival area, where kids are learning about stage production, theater, and acting, and we also have a full-size pirate ship and castle where kids can play. In Waterworld, kids get to put on their raincoats and splash around, but they're learning about the force of water, and it powers our cities. We have an actual mini Hoover Dam, and there are lessons here about our most precious resource, water. So the Discovery Lab is our newest addition at the Discovery Children's Museum. It opened in February of 2019, and we're so proud of this space because it's the first public makerspace of its kind. We are offering no-tech to high-tech ways that children can learn here in the Discovery Lab. So Discovery Lab is on the second floor, which is the same floor as our Eco City. I love the Eco City because it's teaching children about working a job and earning a paycheck. We have a cafe, there's the Children's Hospital, they're helping to build the Raiders Stadium here in Las Vegas, and of course the grocery store, one of the most popular features here at Discovery Children's Museum. It's a very collaborative way of children learning and working and playing together. So third floor has our Young at Art exhibit, where children are learning for the first time about line, perspective, visual thinking, texture, and Patents Pending is our area for our youngest inventors. Here they get to design inventions, build a car, test it out, see if their design is flight-worthy, earthquake-proof, you name it. We want kids to make a mistake, figure it out, and solve the problem that they want to solve. So our staff are one of the most engaged staffs at any children's museum I've ever seen. They're all educators. They are here to work with you and your child and to help them learn. One of our strongest partnerships at Discovery is with the Clark County School District. We welcome hundreds of Title I school children and other field trips here to the museum every year, and we take our programs into the community, both into the schools and throughout our valley. So our activities at Discovery Children's Museum change every day, and the best way to learn about those are to visit our website at discoverykidslv.org.
Well, that looks like a great place to explore, no matter how old you are. When we return, we'll hear from our resident travel pro for some tips on planning your next getaway. Don't miss it. Welcome back. At a time when booking your next trip can be done with just a few clicks, many of us don't even consider the option of bringing in a professional to help us plan or book our vacations. Our travel pro has some insight on the many ways a travel agent can take the stress out of planning your next getaway.
Hi, I'm Michelle, your destination's travel pro, and I'm here to give you the tips and tricks of travel, helping you make the most of your next travel experience. If you've ever planned your own trip, you know how much time and energy goes into planning a trip. Travel agents take all the stress and all the hassle out of planning your next trip. Travel agents are there to learn about you and how you like to travel, picking experiences in hotels that are a right fit for you. This is a great way to build a relationship for not only that trip, but for future trips and travel that you have coming up. Most travel agents get paid on a commission basis. That means they're getting their income from the hotel, from the tour operator, from the tour guides that are booked as part of your entire itinerary. So this is of no extra cost to you, the traveler. So keep that in mind when you're looking for your right travel agent. Travel agents have the relationships that you don't have. They have the buying power and they have the direct relationships. Travel agents oftentimes can give you amenities that you never even thought about. This could be early check-in or late checkout if you have a late flight. This could mean breakfast included when it's not normally. This also means free upgrades, just based on the travel agent's relationship that they have with that hotel or that operation. If you like planning your own trips, that's fantastic. You could do a lot of the research and things of that sort on your own. But when booking, I'd recommend contacting a travel agent that could really help you, guide you through that process, and make sure that you're booking the best accommodations, room types, and experiences for your next trip.
Some great advice there from Michelle. Sounds like a travel agent is the way to go. Well, that's all we have for you today. To keep up with me and everything happening here at Destinations, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see this and all of our shows, plus special bonus content. I hope we've inspired you to start planning your next trip, or just go exploring in your own backyard. Thanks for watching. I'm Brittany Pierce, and I'll see you next time on Destinations.
Where do you want to go? An epic beach vacation? A road trip through the American heartland? Or somewhere fun off the beaten path? You'll find those and much more with host Brittany Pierce, Destinations, Sundays at 6:30, Wednesdays at 8 on YurView.